In April of 2002, the city tried unsuccessfully to have the trial against the construction company held close to Lloydminster.
What was supposed to pose as the symbol for the border city turned out to pose as a danger to its people. In the middle of August 2000, the first of 4 border markers was removed, and nearly 1 year later the city took down the rest. Since then, the city has filed claim against various companies in Edmonton and one from Lloydminster for damages and cost of the marker's design and installation. But there is a conflict as to where the case will be heard.
We're the ones that have filed claim in Saskatchewan Queen's Bench, and the defendants are saying, no, we would like to have it all changed in terms of jurisdiction and pulled into Edmonton. That's not our wish, and that's not what we set out to do, so we're going to defend the application.
In comparison to Edmonton, North Battleford is over 100 kilometers closer to Lloydminster, a distance that the city feels will make a difference to residential support.
The reason we want to have it in Saskatchewan, the primary reason is that being as close as it is to here, the people who will attend as witnesses on the city's behalf are expert witnesses, and the local public, the local media can easily attend that, or more easily attend that than they can, say, going to Edmonton.
The application to determine the whereabouts of the case will be reviewed May 9th in North Battleford. Nicole Strachlet, NewsHour.
By October 2002, wind tunnel testing provide hope for a viable fix.
They believe that subject to wind tunnel testing that it had increased the structure strength by up to 3 times. And for an example was given to us that if you had a 60-kilometer wind, it would take a 180-kilometer wind to do the same type of structure movement that was done at 60 kilometers. The proposed design modifications are not going to change the look of the structures all that much. There's additional steel plating on the inside that goes up the entire column, and so they'll look very similar to what you've actually seen in the past.
In May of 2003, 2 of the border markers were being resurrected in time for the city's centennial.
Preparation for the border markers is underway. Even though it may be some time until they arrive, outside of City Hall, workers spend several hours getting the bases ready.
Right now they're in there removing all of the grout from the other markers, so we can get down to the original pile cap, and then we can get started working on that.
Universal Industries has been contracted to repair the 4 structures, but due to the size of the markers, fixing them will take some time.
Mechanical, we're hoping about a week, and then there will be sandblasting, repainting, some non-destructive testing on them, so we figure about a week and a half, up to 2 weeks before the first one will be ready to put on its base.
32 additional holes are being drilled into the platforms, accompanied by reinforcement panels on the sides. Because of the extent of the work, city engineers are hoping to have 2 of the towers erected before the royal visit.
We're looking at doing the ones on each side of Highway 16. Those are our number 1 and number 2. And the reason for that is just get in there and get out before the real heavy tourist season starts.
The markers stand 100 feet tall and when finished will weigh an estimated 50,000 pounds. The repairs are expected to cost approximately $200,000.
That's the total to get the modifications done to them, the repainting, redoing the precast bases, redoing the anchor bolts and that type of thing, and then standing them up again.
Where city officials say they will be for many years. Brian Haiti, NewsHour.
In June 2003, 2 of the newly strengthened markers were being bolted down just in time for the city's 100th birthday.
We've got the first one stood up. We've got to torque the 32 new anchor bolts. Then we have more reinforcing plates to weld in around the bases, and then they'll pour grout.
July 2004 saw the last 2 fortified posts bolted into place, bringing to an end one of the most contentious chapters in the border city story.
Right now they're doing the welding to put the base plates back in that are part of the upgrade on the markers, and then there's also the precast bases that go around the bottom that have to be put in. certainly is excellent progress. We were quite happy to see that, we'd originally thought maybe as much as 2 days, and here we are with virtually one morning, and it was a long morning, but now the two are up, and it's just a matter of finishing off the rest of the work to complete them.